A key part of the planning phase is prioritizing and establishing goals and objectives. The assessment drives the plan, and the goals correspond to the domain areas identified in the pre-plan. The goal statement explains where we want to get to. The objective tells us how to get there. The goals and objectives are a reflection of priorities, not a description of everything that will be taught. Note: some students may qualify for special services from the school, district, and/or ministry. The goals of the IEP must reflect the identified needs of the student and the category in which the student is placed. For example, for inclusion in Category D, the student's needs must meet a variety of criteria, including special needs in a minimum of 2 of the 5 domains. For more information on the Ministry of Education's special services, visit the website on the accompanying slide. For Nikki, the team decided to focus on 3 domains: academic intellectual, social emotional, and communication. Most IEPs have 2 to 5 annual or long-term goals in each domain, with each goal having 3 to 5 short-term objectives. Because transition is such a huge challenge for Nikki, the team created a 4th goal around transition. For the academic intellectual domain, Nikki and Tammy really wanted to focus on math for this semester. Remember that Nikki is in an alternate ed classroom for her math with 14 other students who are working on a variety of grade 10 to 12 courses.
Nikki, do you want to read your academic goal from your pre-planning sheet?
Sure, why not? Anything better to do right now. My academic goal is to complete or pass math, PE, and planning 10 by January with 60%. I will accomplish this by doing the following: homework and work at my own level. Miss P and Leanne will help me.
Cool. Now tell me, what is your academic goal for Nikki?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, those seem like pretty high goals for her. She's got so many problems. Bringing her homework home from school, actually doing her homework and being able to stay focused on it, remembering to bring her backpack with homework back to school, just, I guess, focusing on what she's doing. And my huge concern is passing math and passing other courses, but math is my biggest concern. I think she struggles the most with math.
So both of you have said math is an area that we as a group, as a team, need to focus on. And we have a pretty clear understanding of where you're at with your math and the current level of functioning. We did all that assessment that we shared and talked about in June. So we need to come up with a realistic, attainable, and pertinent goal for this semester for math.
After this discussion, we worded the goal as: by the end of January, Nikki will develop the math skills necessary for successfully completing the Math 9 and 10 learning outcomes. Nikki wants a mastery level of 60% on all unit tests and assignments. The goal sets the direction, and the objectives tell us how we are going to achieve the goal. As indicated through assessment, our goals are RAP: realistic, attainable, and pertinent. All team members want to work with Nikki so that she can successfully meet her goal. Think about our roadmap. Grade 10 math mastery is our destination, and the objectives are our fuel stops and turns on the highway. Here are some tips for writing effective goals and objectives. Follow the SMART rule. Ensure that your goals and objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-limited. State the long-term goal positively and ensure that it describes a meaningful event. Remember that short-term objectives are stepping stones between current level of performance and the annual goal. Use action verbs in describing your goals and objectives. Set target dates of 4 to 12 weeks for the completion of objectives. And ensure that the units of measurement are meaningful and easily measured. Goals should include 6 components: a statement to indicate a final date to achieve desired results, the student's name, a statement about what the student will do or not do. These must be observable, measurable, specific behaviors desired or not desired, and remember to use positive language. Information about the conditions or situations under which the goal will be met. This will include location, circumstances, presence or absence of certain people or materials. A statement that indicates the expected level of proficiency. For example, skill accuracy, frequency, degree of prompting, duration or number of minutes, and intensity. And finally, information about how the goal will be measured and by whom. Examples of how to measure goals may include observation, event or duration recording, and work samples. It's important to remember to name who is responsible for this measurement. Now let's see how Nikki's IEP team wrote a goal for the social-emotional domain. By the end of January, Nikki will identify a minimum of 3 anxiety triggers and develop a minimum of 3 strategies to use independently on a daily basis at school and at home as measured by daily student, teacher, parent observation records. For the communication domain, the group came up with the goal, by the end of January, Nikki will express herself verbally with a minimum of 1 sentence to adults and peers, twice per class, 4 days of 5, as measured by teacher observation records. For transition, the goal is, by the middle of February, Nikki will attend her 2 new classes at PVSS by herself 8 out of 10 times a week as recorded by teachers in BC ESIS. To see the objectives for each of these goals, please download a copy of Nikki's IEP. Effective goals and objectives emerge as a result of having a very clear picture of the student and his or her current level of functioning. Effective goals and objectives set a clear direction and communicate the responsibilities of each team member.